But yeah, so I'm going to get into this because I need to leave the house ASAP. So let me get into ABC. That's right, folks, ABC. And I'm not talking about liquor here in North Carolina because we call our liquor stores ABC stores. Fun fact, actually, in North Carolina, we have state, like, you know, the all liquor stores need to go through the state, like state-owned liquor stores, right? And regulated liquor stores. For example, you can't get Everclear in North Carolina. The most you can get is Everclear 151 for whatever bizarre reason. Yeah, North Carolina is like this. I know, it's crazy. So I'm not talking about the liquor store here. I'm talking about ABC, the news organization. They were out here at the protest yesterday. And, you know, I won't spoil it, but let's watch the clip.
Sheriff's Office is expected to petition the court to release the body camera video of the officer-involved shooting.
Now, I want to say that this is as of last night. This clip was aired. To my understanding, this aired on ABC about like 30 minutes after the recording. Maybe even less than that. Maybe even 20 minutes after they interviewed me. They managed to edit down my message into something presentable.
Publicly, but Andrew Brown's family is hopeful that they will be able to see the video privately tomorrow. This new development comes just as there are more protests shutting down streets.
Say his name! Andrew Brown! Say his name! Andrew Brown!
So yeah,
Sounds
at this point,
of deep pain and anguish.
At this point, what we were doing is we split off into a couple different groups, and just went to different parts of town, and we would just shut down major intersections, and so what was really cool about this part. And I guess I can just do the recap here as well. Let me just open up my Twitter page. The interesting thing about this part was, like, we actually had people get out of their car and, like, actually start marching with us at a certain point. And then, like, once we got too far away from their car, they would run back to their car. And then they would, like, follow us with their cars to, like, provide a buffer in between, you know, ourselves and the police. And so that was really nice and super interesting. But I think I made a thread. I'm pretty sure I made it a thread successfully yesterday. Like, I'm 90% sure. Okay, so I have a thread here on my Twitter page. And so, you know, I meet up with the crowd at this point, you know. There's a decent chunk of people. You know, look, we got some cartoon characters there. Look at, I'm sorry, but just looking at these people just really, it's incredible. And so, yeah, so we split off into different groups around this point. And again, the major roads of commerce are relatively long. So some of us go through the neighborhoods and some of us go to through the economic areas. And then we both, like, meet at the end. And so my group, I went through, like, you know, neighborhoods, and I was at the school zone where the shooting took place. And then, as you can see, someone from ABC interviewed me, lol. All right, so let's watch.
Out on Elizabeth City streets Sunday. The community protesting for a fifth day the death of Andrew Brown, shot and killed by law enforcement last week.
How can you have that much blatant?
So real quick, this is me. If you can find me, I'm the one sitting. My feet hurt, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit on the ground. And then no one else sat on the ground, so that's me right there. I'm the one sitting.
Emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. It's impacted me every way. My kids are scared. They fear for me when I go to work. I should never have to.
All right, so I am going to appear on this clip very soon. Now, I don't know what they edited my message into. I am under the impression that they did not air my full image or my full message, so we'll see. But
What did
anyway.
they tell you?
Please come home.
Authorities tell us a Pasquotank County deputy shot and killed the 42-year-old father Wednesday morning while trying to serve a search warrant. Family members say Brown was not armed, but no one has been able to see the police body camera video yet. 7 deputies are on administrative leave, which is standard procedure after an officer-involved shooting.
Central advised EMS has got one male, 42 years of age, gunshot to the back. We do have a reliable pulse at this time.
Andrea Rovenski lives in Brown's neighborhood and heard the gunfire.
It's like started texting all the people I know, and it was just crazy to just experience all that in real time. I'm out here to show support for my community.
I just want to say they mispronounced my name. I'm very upset. Someone even said, and that's the thing that's interesting is I had a conversation with the person holding the microphone about the pronunciation of my name. But I'm just throwing that out there. Just it's out
Lives
there.
in Brown's neighborhood and heard the gunfire.
Like started texting all the people I know, and it was just crazy to just experience all that in real time. I'm out here to show support for my community. This is where I live. These are my people.
There's an edit there. There is an edit there. Just a little edit. No worries. I was talking about how the police were useless and how we don't need a sheriff's department, but that's okay.
And they need me, and I need them.
That's it. All right, there you go.
Calls are growing for Sheriff Tommy Wooten to make the body camera video public. State law requires a judge to...
You can tell because I dress like a cartoon character. But yeah, so in between their editing of the footage, and this is so I went up there and I said that we don't need a sheriff's department. I said that I don't believe in police as a whole. I was out there, I was basically trying to do my thing. So they only used they picked the wrong person to interview out of that crowd. They're thinking like, oh, let's go talk to the white lady. This one, we might get an easy one. No. That's not happening. So yeah, they definitely cut my message a little bit. But as Felix says in the chat, they don't cut your cuteness. Thank you.
Make that decision, not law enforcement. Wooten says he will petition the courts as early as tomorrow to release it. Tonight, County Commission Chairman Lloyd Griffin saying this in part about demonstrators' demands. Calling for North Carolina law to be ignored is irresponsible.
So I just want to remind everyone that they ignored the law when they shot someone down in a school zone. I want to remind, that's also what I said on ABC. I also said this on ABC. I want to remind, they cut me down so hard. So I went in on the they asked me about this specifically, and they cut that out. Unless they're maybe it's later in here. I don't know, but maybe it is. I don't know. Let's find out.
Our community to be patient.
Let's find out.
New tonight, Ben Crump, the attorney for George Floyd's family, now representing Andrew Brown's relatives, saying this to ABC News.
Well, obviously, the family is devastated. They're very anxious to be able to know why the police killed their father and their brother and their nephew. They have a lot of questions. And so hopefully on Monday at 11:30, they will get to view the police body cam video so they can get the transparency that they've been demanding with the community for the last 5 days.
You can see more of Attorney Ben Crump's interview tomorrow on Good Morning America. The family will...
They don't have my statement. So I made a statement on the Law and Order bullshit on whatever it was before this. Yeah, this Law and Order bullshit. They asked me specifically on the Law and Order bullshit. And I guess whoever works at ABC was like, yo, we can't air this. We can't air this. So I was very graphic. And so when they asked me about, how do you feel about the law preventing? I said, well, the law also prevents you from opening fire with a rifle in a school zone in front of children and killing someone in cold blood. But all of a sudden, right, you can go into my neighborhood, gun down one of my neighbors in front of children. That's fine. Everything is perfect. And then all of a sudden, copying and pasting a video file, it's too much. You can't do it. Law and Order prevents me. And apparently they did not like that in the interview, so they cut that. But that's really funny. I wonder if they, they're gonna air that in any capacity. I don't know how that shit works with ABC. Do they just have that in a vault somewhere? I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of what we did yesterday. Is we split up. We occupied different sections of the city. Some people went to go rest, and people right now are sitting at the sheriff's department as of this moment, as I am recording this, as I'm doing this live stream. And so I'm going to head out very soon, and I'm going to go join them. You cannot say fuck the police on national TV. I said abolish the police on national TV. But was the interviewer on my side? He seemed like he appreciated my enthusiasm. But again, I don't know if that was their executive decision to make there. Yeah, so I got censored. ABC censored me. It's unfortunate, but that's the world that we live in. And there you go. There we go. At least I got on there. Let me just put myself on there again. Let me just... I know, I don't want to make this whole story about me, and I understand that, I'm a narcissist, but, at the same time, right, I'm a narcissist, so, bear with me. I'm on TV. I'm cool. I'm on TV. And so I'm on TV, and that's what I have to say about that. And this went on there, because I tweeted out that I had gotten interviewed by someone on ABC, and then one of my followers was like, oh, shit, I just saw the interview, 10 minutes later. I don't know. It was an amount of time later. But it was very short. It was not in any capacity long at all. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. How do you pronounce my last name correctly? Rovenski. That is how I pronounce it. But yeah, see, that's me. That's who I am, as you can see. You can see me walking right there. That is me, as you can see. Yeah, so, I'm not inferring malice. I am just thinking, like, there are people that heard me say abolish the police and heard me make fun of the sheriff and were like, we can't air this. I'm just saying, like, those people existed. There was someone at some point that was like, we cannot air that, and that to me is interesting. And that's like, that whole thing, that whole procedure, I'm very interested in, and they decided to talk about the law and order thing, but not, use my input as a protester, because they asked me about it specifically. They asked me about the statement. They read the statement specifically to, like, prime me for that, and my answer was not adequate for them to use in the coverage. So that's, what are you gonna do? I'm quite tall. Well, thank you, I guess. Thank you for that. Looks like we'll have to lose the section where she calls for the sheriff to be marched out in cuffs. I think I actually did say that too. I probably did say that. I mean, that's the thing, is like, I'm not gonna fuck around. If you're gonna put a news microphone in my goddamn face, I'm gonna tell you what I really think. I'm not gonna fuck around. I'm not gonna tell you, like, oh no, I love Sheriff Tommy Wooten. We go out for drinks every Saturday night. I'm not gonna tell you that. I don't know the guy. He's a fucking piece of shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. But anyway, so that's what the protesting was yesterday. So I did the recap and all this in one segment. If you want to see the thread, I made a thread this time of the crowd that I followed and the initial crowds and stuff. So I'm trying to, like, be a little bit better for preservation here. But that's going to be the scoop. And again, I want to remind everyone there's a state of emergency today, so things could get interesting. Also, I was screaming a lot, so my voice might sound like shite. But what are you going to do? So there you go.